Hey guys, welcome to episode one of Scratching the Surface, where I actually talk. Um, you realize on the podcast Surface to Substance, I just ask the questions. I don't really offer my opinions because it's a really weird thing for me. Because whenever I sit down and curate these episodes towards the viewer, I I make the questions. I don't even in those moments I'm not answering them. So yeah, it's really fun. The podcast is really fun, I should say. The days where I don't record and I know who my next guest is gonna be just kills me because the questions are ready. I have like I have a lot of questions made, but niggas just not ready to record yet. So I gotta wait, and that just kills me because once again, I love this shit for real. I'm really passionate about it. I recently bought a book called Art and Fear, where the book is just about how to really be more creative in your art and what to look out for in your art. And one of the things that stuck out to me in the whole series, or in the whole book, that is people don't have to care about what I'm doing. Like, there's surface of substance shit. Nobody has to care about it. Like, even this video, I don't expect this video to get as much views as the regular, like, or the main show because people don't I don't think people want to hear me talk for real. If y'all do, that'd be cool. But yeah, people don't try to hear me talk for real. Like, even my four siblings, I'm pretty sure they're all aware that this show exists. Have they ever watched an episode? I don't think so. And that's fine because they're not obligated to care. People are busy. Your family, your friends, they're not obligated to care about your your endeavor, your artistic endeavor. One of the things that's been really interesting to me is I look at my stats every so often. I try not to because you don't want numbers to consume your project, that is. And this is long form content. I feel like once it starts hitting past, we live in an area of TikTok. Once you hit past fucking 7 minutes, the shit becomes long form content. And these videos are about 30 minutes. These videos are gonna be a lot shorter, between 5 to 15 minutes. But the podcast episodes are about 30-ish minutes. The Ani episode I filmed today was like 40 minutes. But within your stats, you can check the advanced stats, advanced analytics, and you can see average watch time. The first episode with IJ was 34 minutes, I believe, and the average watch time was 2 minutes. And I was like, why is that? And you realize that's the first episode. That my first episode was also my most viewed episode, and that's because people are curious. And that goes into the 2 minute watch time. People are curious to see what the hell this nigga is doing. Like, are you talking about why women deserve less? Are you talking about the NBA playoffs? What are you talking about? So that's one of the things that kind of draw people. Then on the last episode was on a DJ, my good friends. The episode was about 31 minutes, I believe, and the average watch time was 6 minutes, and that's about a fifth of the video. And my math could be completely off, but it's not a lot. That's not a lot of a video, but I feel like 6 minutes and long form content of a 30-minute video, that means you watched a decent amount. Like, if I asked you about the episode, you could answer a question, which that goes a very, very, very long way. One of the rules, as I'm just blabbering all over the place, one of the rules I have for the show is no cussing, just to challenge the human thought, the human vocabulary, just to really sit down and you can process the question I ask. And also picking a side on things like acts where it's like you realize people may answer and be like, "Oh, it's both," or "Yeah, it's kind of both." Motherfucker, for the sake of my show, pick a damn side, please. But that's one of the things I try to instill. And I had realized when I had implemented the no cursing rule, um, I was the only one cussing on the show. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be more free on here because it's just me talking. I'm like, oh shit, I'm the only nigga in this bitch cussing. Fuck. So now I'm trying to be more calm and more cautious with how I convey my English dialogue. That is. But once again, I'm having a lot of fun doing this shit, man. Where it's like, I wake up, I'm fucking ready to go. Where it's like, I only watch this episode once, um, which is I don't know how common it is. I don't watch my videos. I'll watch them with Allison, then after that I'll post the videos, and after that it's just out of sight, out of mind. Honestly, then even with the questions, I create the questions, then I send them to Allison and Anya, who was on tomorrow's episode. This is coming out Saturday, I think, but Anya's on Tuesday's episode. So shout out to Allison and Anya. I love y'all oh so dearly. But yeah, these are kind of just the thoughts I have of scratching the surface once again. I really care about this shit. Um, I love this shit. I love all the guests who come on the show, all the guests who will come on the show. Can't wait to really sit down with niggas for real. Uche is the next episode. I know people have been asking me since the show started, when is Uche gonna come on? Funny enough, literally when me and IJ filmed the episode 1, literally right when the show ended, we got off air. She was like, "Is Uche gonna be episode 2?" Because it's just kind of so predictable, and how me and his friendship is. But the reason why Uche hasn't been on the show yet, funny enough, because he never asked. Like, everybody who's been on the show has just asked. Uche never asked, He didn't ask until, like, episode 2 when I filmed with another Uche. Shout out to her, I love her. But yeah, that's kind of where the show is at. Where if you ask to come on the show, I might. I just gotta find you interesting for real. Like, I can't sit down with you for 30 minutes and I just can't. And the reason I can't do this because usually when recording these episodes, in that moment I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good episode. Like, I could tell within like the first 10 minutes once we get into the deeper part of the show. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a good episode. Another thing, if I can remember it, okay, I do. I kind of, with the last 2 episodes, on the episode coming out tomorrow and the Tiny DJ episode, I've been like not dreading isn't the right word, but I've been kind of like putting off recording the show for some reason. I don't know why that was. I feel like I create this expectation for myself, which is weird, where I'm just like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But once the episode starts recording, I become normal. I'm like, I'm cool, which is good, I guess. Another thing, which I'm just fucking blabbering, I hate dead air. Oh my god, I hate dead air, bro. On the on the Anya episode, because I don't usually show guests the questions beforehand. So some of the questions I asked her are kind of just in the moment. Because if you watch it, if I have episode notes obviously, and for the Anya episode, there's about 60 questions I just sat down there and made. We probably only answered like 8 maybe, and honestly speaking, the questions I have sitting in my note sections could probably be like 8 to 10 episodes worth of material, honestly. But yeah, there would be times where I would ask her a question, and she would be thinking because I'm asking her just off the spot. Because some of these questions I'm creating off the fly, and she's just thinking. And in my head, I'm just like, I just hate dead air. Once it's silent, for more than like 5 to 8 seconds, I'm just like physically cringing because I'm just so impatient to where if every guest could answer every question immediately, that would be great. But I know that's not how it works. Lastly, that might be last. No. Lastly, the inspirations of the show. The inspirations of the show come from Mac Miller's album Swimming, may God rest his soul, where on that album, when you listen to the album, he's kind of just getting by. He's swimming, but his head is above water, so he's literally just barely making it. And he talks about this emotional roller coaster where he's just kind of coping, and not to say I'm coping at all, but that idea really like fascinated me because he's just honest. He's barely scratching the surface. He's barely scratching the fucking surface of this series. But he really scratching the surface just trying to get by. And the substance part comes from Carrie from Sex and the City, where that's one of the most fascinating shows ever to me because like the idea of it where it's just so real. It's just really real, and I like that. That's one of the things I love about the show, where episode 1 was about a woman acting like a man in a sexual space where you kind of just use a man in this case for sex, and she wrote about it in the whole article, which she's just very deep, and I absolutely love that about the show. But that is all I have for you guys on episode 1 of Scratching the Surface. See y'all next Saturday. Anya episode coming out Tuesday. Uche episode coming out the Tuesday after that. I love y'all. Peace. Blah.